So Formula 1 2020 has finally dropped, and yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it'll do. It's got gripes, but what doesn't? But we're gonna look to the future because that's what we do. Because why dwell in the past? I'm joined here by the absolutely indescribable Matt Clements, and these are things that F1 21 needs to change. Alright, so let's just jump straight into it, really. The game, F1 2020, for those who have played it, haven't played it at the moment, it is buggy. Let's not lie, it's buggy.
It has its drawbacks. Some are more older than others. So, just to give it a bit of a heads up.
It has certain bugs that haven't been patched in from previous F1 games. Like, stop me if yours sounds the same, but I'm still having the safety car glitch. Where the safety car is on, and it's just not coming out. I'm sat there creating Wreckfest in Formula 1, and it's just not coming out at all.
As I said, I've probably had literally the polar opposite. Because I think all the races I've done in my team career and the driver's career, safety car has always appeared. It's like it's always there.
On every race?
Yeah, literally. Literally all of my team races, it's always been there. It's always made an appearance.
See, that is the exact opposite. It's like virtual safety car. You can't stop that guy from coming out. Every single day he's having an adventure, but it's just nothing. It's the only way sometimes I can get it to come out is if I park my car in the middle of the road, and then maybe the safety car will come out. Other than that, it's not interested.
I think I've had a couple from this year. I've had when after a qualifying or a race where I've done a pretty decent result, it decides to go and close the game down. You're like, I've just qualified on pole and you've done this to me. Why have you done this to me?
So I haven't had that particular issue where it just closes down, but there is audio issues, quite a lot of them.
Multiplayer mainly. That's when it's at its worst.
Yeah. Have you? Because again, I don't know if you've got the same as me, but Jeff, the pit wall maestro, for some reason in multiplayer he speaks in slow motion. He does on mine.
Oh yeah.
Where he was.
Yeah.
It's like, you've got a front wing issue. It's like he's just not sure.
No, I sort of get that, but I get the sort of like he sounds like he's been disconnected, like saying you have a front wing. That's what he sounds
just
like.
Just going through the ether.
Yeah, it's that. Like
no,
I think I've had. There was one. Yeah, the other one I think was quite an interesting one where, like, particularly if I have a flashback while making a mistake, and I do make them because I'm human, not a machine. I've had sometimes, like the track of tires. I don't know which is where it just becomes like sheet ice. So like I have to like be so gentle with the throttle because if I do anything so slightly, it spins around.
What? So like as if you went off the road, like went across the grass.
Yeah, practically, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite odd. I've not run across that. Yeah. So just us sat here listing them off is pretty buggy. No bugs in the menu. There's that, boys.
Yeah. There's that.
So that was a win.
Shall we get on to the probably the main flux of the discussion?
Online, how absolutely 100% fucked it is.
Yeah.
It's
to be honest, I'm quite happy with that. That's literally should be thing. We should move on to the next one, but we have to draw this out. So
yeah, maybe I'll edit in. It's fucked 5-star. No, it's just. I mean, I remember me and you were playing F1 19, and we were like, God, I hope they fix this, and they haven't. It's still this. Like,
I mean, I don't know how to put it. Like, it's sort of the same system from like F1 2015, if my memory serves me correctly. it was pissed then, and it's still pissed now. And I'm like it hasn't got like a lobby system, so like particularly because we both play it online quite a lot every so often,
Yeah.
and we have to do like some sort of backward like.
It's very odd. Also, what's weird is the fact that ranked is completely just put to the side and forgotten about. I find that really weird. Like they've just backhanded ranked. Like, because I went on there the other week and there was like 50 people on ranked. I was like, I just find that so strange. I think it's because ranked literally offers nothing.
Yeah, it's just do races and increase the rank, and which offers you nothing.
Yeah, it's like because you can't even join parties on ranked. So what's the point?
Pretty.
But
Yeah.
But the online component is as broken as it was before. It's like you'll run into, like, say if there's a crash on turn 1, someone spun around, you've driven into the side of them because you've hit a stationary car at speed. You're at fault. But it's like, how does it count? I don't know how it calculates it. Maybe because you're the one with momentum and they've stopped. But I have no idea the algorithms for figuring it out. But it's broken.
Yeah, it is. Like, you try your best to avoid them, and they sort of drive in front, like drive forward, front of you. You hit him. There's nothing you can do, and it goes, "That's your fault. That's a 5-second penalty." And you're like, "What?"
Yeah, it's hideous. Like, it kind of makes you not want to play it, just because of how stupid it is.
Yeah.
It's just, it's baffling. I'm struggling for words, just of how amazingly terrible the online system is. It's the penalty system, if anything. Like,
I think, yeah, I'll probably say that's the main flux of the problem. But like stuff like, like no lobby system where you can just get people in and say, right, do you want to go public or do you want to go private, and then go right, and they come with you. Like, it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Like, the servers are utterly unreliable because like there's pretty much a good 50-60% chance, and I think I'm being a bit modest here. Like, the server could utterly shit itself, and like you could have a lobby of 18 people, and then it somehow becomes 4.
Yeah, every so often, the lobby will, or at least on the face of it looks like, is struggling to connect to one person, and then they will be stuck on a loading circle, and then that will just tank it for everybody, and then that's it. It's gone. So frequently, I think the last 3 times we've played it, that's happened 3 times, where it disconnects randomly, and then all these 20 players in the lobby are just released, and usually to a lobby by themselves. It's odd, it's crazy, it's dumb. It needs to be, it really needs to be addressed, honestly. It just put it this way, right? Compare the online component to Forza 7 that we play quite regularly. Straight off the bat, Forza 7 online is a million times better. Not just because there's actual different interesting lobbies, but because they're stable. Very rarely you get into a lobby and you stay in a lobby, unless you're Ben Skinner.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, very, very rarely that happens. So fix it, or won't do anything, but we will complain.
As I said, like, it's just been happening like for the last 5, I can go 10 even years, and it's like, sort your shit out. I mean, like, going touching on sort of like, as I say, next year, like, it's not going to be like the cars, like, are not going to be too different to this year's cars. So that's half the work done, pretty much half the work done. So it should afford them time to go, actually, do you know what? Take what we've got. Let's look at what we got and actually refine it. So, like, have a multiplayer system that actually works.
It needs to be not ripped apart, but it needs to be very carefully constructed. If this like penalty system doesn't work, come up with a new one. Scrap it. Come up with something else. Don't have a penalty system, although I feel like you have to. Like, I have no idea how I would implement it. Let's not lie. I'm not going to sit here and give you the answers. But,
No.
it needs to be better. the fact that you can be completely taken out, like you could be first, taken out by a back runner, and then while you're spinning round, picking up bits of wing, you've then got a 3-second penalty. How does that work?
Yeah, and they've just got away scot-free, and they don't have a penalty. Where's the consistency?
Exactly. it's so frustrating. It's like you could see someone who's approaching you. You can see him cut a corner, and then you're like, oh, cool, he's probably got a 3-second, not a problem. You finish the race and he hasn't, but you have because of a crash you didn't cause. It's not fair, and it does put me off.
It is a bit disheartening.
Exactly. All right, so that's the biggest issue.
Online.
Well, yeah, that's the online sorted. I say sorted. We haven't come up with any solutions. We're just here to moan. Here to make lists and moan. The XNVR motto. Moving on from because this video is based on the Matt Clements article. Things F1 21 needs to change. Next point: classic cars. They don't really have a point, do they?
No, not really. Like, I like them because, as I say, big F1 fan here, and it's like, like nerdy, like driving around in Schumacher's Ferraris or like the list is in. I like it, but there's no real much point to them. It's like filler, but for nostalgic twats like me.
At least you're honest. Well, that's the thing, though, is they don't have a point, do they? They're very much in the corner of, oh shit, there's Schumacher's Ferrari here. Oh shit, we forgot about that. It's so in the corner, and they're so wasted. It's like this game was released with a Schumacher edition, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I legit forgot that because it's just put to the side.
Yeah
I think this game, or 2021, needs a scenario mode. I've said this for years, and when Cody's put this in, they can send me my royalties. That's fine.
The one thing I would actually think you could do for the classic car to give him a point is that we're like, how many years we're in? We're coming up to the 7th year of this, like V6 hybrid car. Yeah, 7 years. So why not, because there was a game like way back in the day called F1 Challenge 99 to 2002, where it was, and it had like all the F1 cars from 1999 to 2002. So, as I say, bear with me on this one, lads. So let's say, okay, we'll have all the cars from 2014 till 2021, or however I'm saying, and effectively you have a career where the cars, but you have all different cars. So it sort of makes it a bit more fresher rather than driving sort of the same cars for like 10 years straight.
Yeah.
Well, season straight.
Yeah. No,
I just think that would be a really, really nice touch.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing something interesting with these classic car licenses that they, try so hard for. It's like I would suggest like a scenario mode of you've got Schumi's, top of my head, 2004 Ferrari. You need to. Oh, I'm really struggling with my classic races.
Actually, Schumacher Hakkinen Japan 2000, because that was because that was a yawn and a half.
Yeah, exactly. So say you take charge of Schumi's car for the last 5 laps. Do something with that. You could pick parts of history. I'm using the WWE games, their Hall of Fame mode, as kind of a jumping point here, where they had pretty much the exact same thing of they would have different matches in history. You could then, they then task the player with, completing these matches. Why can't you do the same thing in Formula 1? You've got example again, Jenson Button's. Oh, what the fuck is the
Canada 2011?
Yeah, Canada 2011, or his Braun GP car in Brazil to win the title. Why can't you do something like that? It would be easy. The car is in the game. You don't have to relicense it. It just makes sense. Like, do something with the classic cars.
Yeah. Even like particularly like even with the current cars, like at the end, say, oh, like take as I was saying, due to unique circumstances, not all the tracks on the F1 this season is going to be in it, but like sort of Silverstone, like or actually no, Italy 2020. You have as Lewis like having to take that penalty, charge through up to 7th, 6th place. So
Yeah.
why not?
Exactly. It would add something different because I feel that the career and the mine team mode are two basically the same modes, and it would just add
Yeah.
an actual different mode, an exhibition mode. You know, something just a little bit different. Something I feel is needed.
Yeah.
But I've led us quite neatly on to the next point. My team. I played one race of it and didn't play too much. You are much more of a seasoned vet.
Yes, I've played quite a bit of that.
But we both have the same opinion on this next point, which was be able to control the team from the pit wall rather than drive it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Care to elaborate?
It's a great idea. Like, make your team, like, choose your engine supply, sponsorships, driver. Like, I like that. But actually have the option of, like, actually managing it from the pit wall. Like, say, oh, like strategies, like, control it from there rather than the driver's seat. And to be honest, it's not actually as different because team principals are actually much of a personality than a driver.
Well, exactly. I mean, you could sit here and reel off some principal names. You know, it's You're right. It's like use Motorsport Manager as an example, or Football Manager as an example. You know, it's there is life in the mode to sit there and play God. You know, rather than actually having to get stuck in and get involved. I think that's probably what put me off the mode. I was like, it's just career again.
Yeah, it's as I say, I think it's not. As I say, it's a very nice idea, but I just think it just needs that little tweak or an option to actually to really utilize it because it will just freshen up and be another game mode, not like sort of it's vaguely the same thing but in a different dress.
It's career again, but this time you can do a couple more things, even though you could do R&D in the normal career.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just I feel like the inclusion of it into this year was a starting point for them to build. So you get whenever 2021's about to come out, you know, you'll wait for the new features of, you know, you can do this with the team now, you can do that, you can, you know, have a team in F2, like.
Yeah. And one I did that actually I did spot sort of around about the same time I was writing that article on Twitter was actually installing sort of like FIFA Ultimate Team Legends thing. So then you could run a team with Senna and Prost or Schumacher Hakkinen or Rosberg Hamilton or the possibilities are endless. Like you can try and manage that. I mean, it's it's unrealistic because, as I say, some of those drivers aren't, you know, around or, you know, are secluded a bit. But you know, it'd be great.
It would be just to add some kind of a bit more like depth or just life behind it, because the career mode can get a bit hollow after a while of just doing the same things, and then you just start trying to just make your own mischief. It's like with me not having safety cars working, I just try and create crashes and hope for the best, and just hope that changes things. Like, it's not always that entertaining to try drive the best you can, just because it's not fun. I like chaos. That's what games for, man. Like,
yeah, as I was saying, if there's ever any other Joker killings happening, please, you know where to look.
Well, yeah, we're free. We'll make the time. But no, you're bang on with that. There just needs to be a bit more management side to my team, I think.
Yeah.
So less driving, more management.
Yes.
I think the approach is really needed for my team, to be honest.
Yeah. More about the managing, less about the driving.
Exactly. So that we've kind of tackled that. So I've got written here, add Formula 3.
Because,
Care to elaborate?
well, because why not? Like,
Nice. Well, cheers for watching.
no, but seriously, why not? Because, like, you've got F2 there and have F3. You've got yourself a pretty awesome, like, career mode. Like, as I say, to sort of delve on it a bit more, like the inclusion of actually able to do the whole Formula 2 career mode in F1 2020 was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
But it was
kind of
so fucking dry.
Yeah.
It was.
God, yeah. The F2. What was bad is it was introduced last year, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's great." And then it was like a little. You can do some F2 races if you. No, you don't want to. Okay, fair enough. And that was it. There's no F2 like bits to do, and that's another thing. They're at risk with the F2 license with the classic cars of doing the same thing, of going, it's there if you want to do it.
Yeah, like as I was saying, like it was so dry. There was no like feedback because like I was like winning races coming back, and like there was no like media interviews. It was like, oh, you've came second in the sprint race but won the feature race. Okay, on to the next one.
Yeah, but yeah, it was 100%. There was just like you're just racing, but they need to do something just. I don't even know what they'll do. Make it more of a structured career that would include F3, F2, and then to F1. Make it feel like an achievement that you get to F1 rather than start it.
Yeah, as I say, like even like I don't know, you start in F3 and thinking, right, but then you get an option, like getting those like occasional options, like oh, we got a young drivers test in Abu Dhabi. Do you want to drive the Merc F1 car? And if you improve it, then it might like do well in the test. It might say, all right, come up to F1.
I think there needs to be less control over the career. It's like you could drive for someone at the back, let's say Alfa Romeo. You could have an absolutely awful ass season, and then when it comes to negotiating, you could go, all right, well, Merc, let's do it. It shouldn't be like that. There should be teams offering you things based on your performance. You know, it's like if I've driven like shit, don't give me any offers. Like, don't be afraid to make people start a career again because if they're driving like shit.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a bit more back and forth, a bit more media to it. And that very quickly leads me on to goddamn interviews. Oh my.
The one thing I would say, as I say, they have put in like sort of real world figures into it, like which I kind of approve. But my god, they're fucking boring.
It's like not only are they fucking boring, they're just inaccurate. They're just dull. They don't make any sense. They're bugged. It's like I won a race and I had I can't remember her name. Claire. Let's call her Claire. And I heard I won, and I heard her going, "Oh, bad luck." And then the question was like, there was a lot of damage today. It's like, okay, well I started first. I drove away from everyone, and I won. And it's like odd. It's like they generate random ass questions, and it just makes no difference to what you answer.
Yeah, I think. But particularly in my team mode, I get occasional questions saying, "How do you think McLaren are getting on?" I'm like, I couldn't care.
Do you know what they are? They are edited from last year with the what do you think of Devon or whatever his fucking name was?
Oh god, yeah. Remember.
You'd win a race. They're like, and how do you think Devon did today? I'm like, bitch, I don't know. Like, he finished what, 19th?
Yeah. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. I couldn't care less.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a few things that can be done. It's not like 2020 isn't a bad game. Graphically, it's sad.
No, it's not. It's far from a bad game.
It just
but
needs
it's not
tweaks.
Yeah, little tweak, a bit of TLC, a bit of loving, a bit of whining and dining.
Bit of TLC, a bit of loving. It's your Tinder page, isn't it?
No, that's something completely different. Involves disappointment.
Big ball of disappointment. But I think that kind of neatly wraps everything up. Unless you've got anything else to bring up.
No, not really. As I say, that's pretty much what I said in the article, which you can find on www.xnvr.co.uk. Oh,
Do you want to try that again?
Nailed that.
And if you are interested in any of our Twitter ramblings, you can find us at XNVR Official. I am Darren, XNVR Darren.
And I'm at Mr_Clements22. Yep.
And we have wasted probably about half an hour of your lives.
Yeah. And I have enjoyed every minute of it.
Aw, aren't you darling?
Yeah. Please show your displeasure into the comments. I can't wait to read them.